Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and yes, you can see I got 6 packages here, or items of gifted items that I've got sent, so let's get into it. Yes, 6 packages to get into this week. This week, I think this is probably the last like 10 days worth of stuff. It's been a bit hectic and I don't know what I've got here, to be honest, because there's so much stuff. But as I say, full disclaimer, totally been gifted by studios and stuff. I got sent another thing today and I was just like, do you know what? I need to film this video, go through this and order them, well, put them in order of release so that I can start watching them. Because obviously I'm going to be a little bit behind if I don't get by the end of November. One that I did open though, which was one of the first ones that got delivered. I'll put on the screen, the release date that these are actually coming out, or if they are actually out now. But one thing that I do have here, and I did open, is the first delivery here. This is John Carpenter's Dark Star. This was from Fabulous Films, yes. This is a, I guess, sci-fi film. Looks very like, an Imperial Star Destroyer from Star Wars, that does, in terms of the, thing. But John Carpenter, of course, I do know. Yeah, so this says here, John Carpenter's pulp science fiction classic is brilliantly clever and funny parody of Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey. Follows a warped intergalactic mission to blow up unstable planets. And of course, this is an all new 4K restoration, blah, 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 blah. There's so much stuff on there, but if you want to have a read of all of that, then you can there. This one caught my eye because it was a very, very short runtime. I think it was 70 odd minutes. Yes, 71 minutes for the director's cut, or 83 minutes for the extended cut. That you can see there. So yeah, pretty good. This is a, as I say, like that parody. It came in a, like, that's the slipcover that goes around this like box, bit like an arrow box size, I'd say. You've got then on the side there John Carpenter's Dark Star. On the front then, same artwork, but no stars and stuff on there, just plain black. Nothing on the back, nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom there. And then this opens out then, as you can see, it's got like a little box thing there. And inside we get, that's the inside of the packet, so that's empty. We get a little patch, which I'm assuming is from the film, so you can sew that to whatever things you want. So that's it. A copy of the movie, which is just an Blu-ray version with different artwork, as you can see there. John Carpenter's Dark Star, and it says at the bottom there, bombed out in space with a spaced out bomb. So as you can see, parody written all over it. It comes with a Blu-ray as well as the 4K, of course, and yeah, it looks like all the same information that's on the back of the actual Blu-ray. Not sure if you can buy this on its own. I'll put it on the screen if you can. But yeah, and then you also get this thing inside then. This is the ADC 22395531 mission files. So that's obviously the mission that they go on. And inside, this opens out all the way like this. So fully opens out. And then we get the Spaced Out Odyssey, Dark Star, what's that? Press book. Is that, oh, that must be for me then. That must be like something maybe that comes with the written editions in terms of, yeah, cast, all the information and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Normally we get like extra things when you're seen as press. Yeah. But we do get then a poster, which looks like a landscape poster, does it? Yep, looks like a reversible landscape poster. So we get Dark Star there, and then a white version on that side, which has more of the 4K artwork. So that's the poster, and then a ton of art cards there as well. So I'm not going to open those out just because I have time, because we've got so much to get through. But if you are interested, I'm sure there'll be unboxings online, and I'm sure you can find all the images that you're interested in. But that is Dark Star. God, I can't say it. Dark Star, of course, the 4K box set from Fabulous Films. So thank you very much, guys. I will watch this, although I'll probably have to watch 2001 Space Odyssey as well before it. So that is John Carpenter's Dark Star. Next one then is one from Warner Brothers. This one I have opened, and I did put it on my Instagram, I believe. So if you do follow me over there, then you would have seen. This is a 4K steelbook release that has been gifted to me by, of course, Warner Brothers. Since I've moved my room around, I don't have my knife anyway. I can't find it. Okay, managed to find a scissors so we can just quickly make a small incision on the steelbook. This is a 4K steelbook of Stanley Kubrick's movie. When did it come out originally? 1975. Never seen this, but I've wanted to see this a couple of times because this is actually one of the HMV premiums, and the artwork of that premium always used to interest me. But this steelbook, now that I've been gifted, of course, and given to by Warner Brothers, is Barry Lyndon, as you can see. Nice debossing there on the steelbook. It's actually, as you can, oh look at that, that also, as you can see, really nicely debossed. Also got debossing around the actual human there and the person, and then of course the rose and Stanley Kubrick's is actually just some gloss. These are stickers as well, so you can just remove them if you want. We do have on this a Dolby Vision image quality, was it? HDR. HDR profile. We'll put the steelbook there a second. We do have then, of course, on the top, the 4K. It does come with the Blu-ray. We've got Barry Lyndon on top there, of course, and then one of the most, as you can see, beautiful movies of all time makes its long-awaited debut on 4K. 185 minutes, so 3 hours long, so a very long movie by the looks of it. Barry Lyndon is starred by Ryan O'Neal. Never heard anything about this film, to be honest, but it just always looked really cool in terms of the artwork. But of course, and being a Stanley Kubrick film, doesn't come with a Dolby Atmos track. It does come with a 5.1 DTS, so there's all the tech specs down the bottom if you're interested. But Dolby Vision is that upgrade, of course, on there for the 4K. Nice to see. Would be nice to get, of course, Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, as I always crave on about and rant about and want to get. But yeah, that is still a nice looking steelbook. On the back as well, actually, I didn't show you, but it does have also one of the roses there as well. So pretty cool. That's a 3 hour long film, so I have to really plan that when I'm going to watch that one. But really looking forward to watching that. I'll get that in a steelbook protector pretty soon. Next one is nothing really to show you. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show you these. I keep forgetting to ask. But I'm not going to show you. But I do have 3 discs that I've been sent to. These are Arrow discs, and these are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4K. So I've got the 4K for the first one, the second one, and then of course the third one. Although the third one says version 2, so maybe the third disc went through multiple different renditions, because the other ones don't say version 2. And interestingly, it says when they were produced. So the disc for the first one was ready the 26th of September, 15th of September for the second one, and then the version 2 for the third one is 6th of October. So of course maybe the third one got a little bit delayed, but I don't get any packaging. I don't get like a retail unit sent to me for these. I just get the discs for Arrow, and I'm going to be doing a is it worth the 4K upgrade kind of video and talking about the quality of these for that Arrow box set. Of course this is not out, I know this is out like around Christmas time, like we're a while away, like a month away, so I want to get this video out as soon as possible, of course, so I can inform you guys, because I know it's in stock in places and you guys can then make a decision. But that's that one there. That's those 3 discs, of course, that also got delivered. This one here I think was the one that got delivered today. Yes, it was, and it made me, you know, do this video ultimately. So the first one, well not the first one, but there's only one in this box. So just get rid of that box there. This is a Blu-ray release of a Ang Lee film, and this is The Ice Storm. As you can see, really cool artwork, not like a normal film, if you know what I mean, like really unique. But it does star, as you can see up top, Kevin Kline, Joan Allen, and Sigourney Weaver. So that's pretty cool. This is a film from 1997. So yeah, really good. Again, Studio Canal this is, so thank you so much to those guys. And this is out on the screen there when it is actually going to be released. So as I say, stars those 3 actors. Tobey Maguire's also in it, Christina Ricci, and Elijah Wood. And this actually, as I say, came out in 1997. So this is The Ice Storm, directed by Ang Lee. As a dangerous ice storm descends on 1973 Connecticut, out in the suburbs, 2 neighboring dysfunctional, affluent families seeking escapism through substance abuse, adultery, and sexual experimentation. So this is, of course, that one. We'll open this up. The Blu-ray comes in a slim case, which Studio Canal have been doing, of course, with their 4Ks as well as their Blu-rays. But yeah, I'll give this one a go. This one comes in at 118 minutes, so 2 hours, just under 2 hours long. Not too bad. We get the same artwork on the front of the Blu-ray. The blue wax looks really cool on there. The spine, then you've got the Ice Storm, and then on the back you've got all these bits and bobs. Region B, this is a Region B only as well, so it's not a thingy. So the one in the UK anyway is a Region B. Inside we get a Studio Canal leaflet, and then the disc is got some artwork on it. So yeah, 2 hours long for this one. For the Ice Storm, as I say, Elijah Wood and Tobey Maguire, Sigourney Weaver, Kevin Kline, Joan Allen. So some recognizable names on there as well. But that one there I'll give a watch, of course, for 2 hours. That's the Ice Storm there. 2 left then now, 2 boxes left. This one here we have is another Amaray, but this is a 4K this time, and this one is again from, I believe, Studio Canal. This is I think this was out last week actually. This stars Christian Slater, Kevin Bacon, and Gary Oldman. gentlemen, this is Murder in the First. Yeah, never heard of this, to be honest. After being imprisoned in Alcatraz for petty theft, Henry Young, who is Kevin Bacon, leads a failed escape attempt from the infamous prison. As punishment for this doomed getaway, prison warden Milton Glenn, who's Gary Oldman, places Young in solitary confinement for 3 years. When Young is finally released from his torturous ordeal, now a completely broken man, he kills an inmate and is charged with the murder of first degree. I mean, it says in the name Murder in the First, but Christ, that was a spoiler. But yeah, it looks like this film came out in 1994, so again, another 90s film, and this one is, does it say 123 minutes, so not too bad. 4K, it doesn't come with Dolby Atmos or Dolby Vision at all by the looks, so just a standard 4K release without any fancy stuff. But again, thank you so much, Studio Canal, for Murder in the First. Again, I'll get to that one this month. I'm going to try and watch all of these in the month of November. I'm going to take them, put them in order of when I can watch them, and then come up with a plan. Right, so that's those ones. And the final box then is a slightly bigger box. And these are 2 special releases by Studio Canal. So thank you to the guys over there. These are 2 releases that I know are not out this week. They're out, I think, next Monday. All on the screen there. They're 2 box sets, a Hammer Film production. The first one being The Horror of Frankenstein. So this is a 4K, very hard, sturdy box set, as you can see. Not a steelbook like release or anything like that, but you know, a pretty nice fancy release, which we'll get into, of course. So I'll take off this wrapper, get this all out and about and have a look. It's actually got a matte finish to it. This is The Horror of Frankenstein, as you can see there. Really nice artwork on this. Hammer production there is like in gloss. And then down here, The Horror of Frankenstein again. Right down the bottom here, you can see some of the people that are starring. So you've got Ralph Bates, Kate O'Mara, Veronica Carlson, and Dennis Price. On the top, you get nothing, but it does wrap around, I suppose. The spine, then you can see The Horror of Frankenstein. You've got Studio Canal there, and then Blu-ray and 4K. And then, oh, I'm showing you the back. Then the back, then you've also got Ben. Bit of a shame, looks like a sticker, but it's not. It's like gloss for the things, but then you can see some information, special features, and then of course the 4K stuff down there. Interesting about this one, I've never really ever seen that before, but these ones have a, I'm not sure if this is a mistake, but it's got a, the audio is a LPCM 2.0 mono audio, so there's not even a 5.1. I mean, I'm guessing these are pretty old films anyways. 1970 by the looks of it. But in here then we get then, so as I say, inside here you get a ton of little goodies. So we get a booklet, which is The Horror of Frankenstein, and as you can see, loads of nice little pages in there, big artwork images, talking about like different biographies of the cast. As you can see, all this good stuff there that you can see, and that's a pretty cool image, isn't it? Especially because, like, you know, I really enjoyed Frankenstein, the Guillermo del Toro movie. Guillermo del Toro movie. Hard to say his name. We get a poster included as well. This is just a single side one, but it is a Horror of Frankenstein poster. Pretty nice poster, to be honest. I really want some retro posters in my room. That might be one. Although, how do I know what the frame is? Because that looks really non-standard. But cool nonetheless. So that's that. Then we also get then another thing here. This is a, looks like another poster. And this looks like the artwork poster that we saw on the front of the, on the front of the artwork. So pretty cool that one is. The Horror of Frankenstein, a Hammer Film production. Of course, with those starring things there. And then we get then the discs themselves. So we just get a nice little green wraparound thing there, which obviously is the design. And then inside you get the 2 discs there. One which is 4K, of course, and one of which is the Blu-ray. So that is great. So yeah, you get a nice booklet, you get 2 posters, 2 discs, a bunch of special features, and of course the nice box set, of course, for The Horror of Frankenstein. Bit of a shame about that audio. Maybe that's a reprint error. I'm not too sure about printing error, but 2.0 seems a bit, I don't know. You'd at least expect a 5.1, but yeah, very old film potentially. And it comes in at 96 minutes, so pretty short film for that one. So that's that one. That is the Horror of Frankenstein. And also, another one coming out is the Scars of Dracula from, again, from Studio Canal. So another box set, very similar to the other one. And these are both releasing on the same day. There we go. Carefully open this, of course. Make sure we don't create any damage. I'm sure you can get some protectors for these kind of size things over on something like Steelbook Central. I'm sure they make some sort of protectors. This one, of course, is more or less the same in terms of you get like a matte finish. You got the title there, which is in a gloss. We've got Christopher Lee starring in this one, Dennis Waterman, Jenny Hanley, and Christopher Matthews. This one is from the year, it says 1970 again, although I might be wrong with those. I feel like these are older. Because again, this is a 2.0 audio for the 4K and the Blu-ray. But there's the front, as you can see, the artwork, Hammer Film Production. You've got the artworks there of Scars of Dracula. And then on the back then, you've got red theme now, as you can see there. Look at Christopher Lee looking really good there. Looking forward to this, because I've got another one of these films. I need to check out all the Draculas. I think I might have them all now, because I've got Dracula AD. I'm not sure if they're all linked, if they're like a sequel thing, but I'll do my research. But again, the box is the same, this time just red, and on the side there, the spine, you've got and all the things that you expect there. Pretty cool. And then inside, we've got a booklet again, same type of thing. Really nice pictures in there, all to do with, well, just really nice, well made, has a good like feel to it, if you know what I mean. Then we have the discs themselves. So there is the actual artwork there, and then there's the 4K and the Blu-ray discs. And then to finish off, we've got two posters again, probably going to be the same type of thing. The one here is going to be probably the artwork of the actual, you know, special edition that we've got. Yep, here it is. So there it is, really cool. The Scars of Dracula, Christopher Lee, nice. And then we have this one looks like the original poster art for the film Scars of Dracula. Let's just try and get this. There we go. Looks very alphabet, doesn't he? But yeah, Scars of Dracula starring Christopher Lee. There we go. So there's those two. Then these all just nicely fit into this little package here, of course, for these discs. So thank you so much to Studio Canal for sending those out, and not just those, a few of the other ones as well, and Warner Brothers and Fabulous Films, of course, all sending me these great things. So we've got the two Hammer Film Productions there, the Horror of Frankenstein and the Scars of Dracula. We've got Murder in the First, of course. We've got then the Ice Storm there, the Blu-ray release of that from Ang Lee, the 4K steelbook for Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon as well, and then of course the Dark Star spoof for the 2001 Space Odyssey, parody. So there it is. There is all of the gifted items. So thank you so much to all the studios, of course, and full disclaimer that these items have been totally gifted, and everything in this video has been provided by the studios at free for me to check out, show on a video, and of course let you know my thoughts that I'll get to when I do a wrap-up video every single month. So stay tuned for my what I watched during November video. I will try and get to as many of these as possible. Some of them are quite short. These are 2 hours, but these three are quite short, so they're quite doable. Barry Lyndon, 3 hours long. That might need a little bit more planning. But yeah, as I say, thank you so much to the studios for sending those over. Oh, and not to mention, of course, we've got then the discs for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course, to watch that trilogy. So we have quite a fair bit of films to watch. Thank you so much for watching though, guys, and of course thank you so much for all the support. Without you guys watching the videos, I wouldn't be able to do videos like this and get sent items, so it really does mean a lot that you guys support the channel and watch along. Let me know down below, if you have made it to this far, what is the one of these? If you have seen all of these films, or you know one of them, which one do I have to watch? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will listen to your comments and take your advice and watch them in that order potentially. Let me know down below. But thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and of course I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.